What's up, peeps? I'm Aleks Mickelland, and right now I've got the 4th edition of my Euro 2012 preview signed, sealed, and delivered. Today we've got a young team that's looking to recapture some former glory. That's right. The Czech Republic is in the spotlight. Now, ever since the split of Czechoslovakia, the Czech Republic has for the most part been the side that's produced the better results in international football. Just 4 years after the split, the Czechs advanced all the way to the final of Euro 96. A magical run that saw them take apart Italy, Portugal, and France, even pushing Germany to extra time. Unfortunately, an Oliver Bierhoff goal ensured that the new boys would finish as the runners-up. With players such as Pavel Nedved, Patrick Berger, Karl Poborski, Vladimir Smitser, and later Marek Jankulovski and Jan Koller, the Czech Republic soon cemented their position as a quality team in Europe for the next few years. They soon qualified for Euro 2000, Euro 2004, the 2006 World Cup, with the 2004 side advancing to the semifinals before being upended by eventual champions Greece, once again in extra time. The 2008 team was seen as a squad in transition, however, seeing as how many of the players from the past had gone, replaced by several names of new talent. Either way, they looked set for the quarterfinals. That is, until Turkish comeback number 2 happened. Up 2-0, the Czechs eventually lost 3-2 in an absolutely cracking 90 minutes, which included a goalkeeper being sent off, 3 goals scored in the last 15 minutes, and a disappointing first-round exit for the Czechs. They'll be looking to put that behind them this time around and do one better than they did 4 years ago. Now, granted, this crop of players is mostly unproven. But with every team, there are a few players who do stick out from this 23-man squad. You've got Thomas Rosicky, a midfielder that's featured for both Arsenal and Borussia Dortmund, 2 very quality and established teams. There's Jaroslav Plasil, a wingman that's currently a member of the French side Bordeaux. And then next, you've got Milan Baros. Remember him? He was Euro 2004's top scorer with 5 goals. It was a constant threat whenever he had the ball. He's still a pretty decent player at Galatasaray, just a little bit older now, but from what I hear, he's still scoring goals at a decent pace. After that, you have up-and-comer Thomas Nasid, playing for CSKA Moscow. He's a fairly big guy, is quite young, 23 years old as a fact, which was coincidentally Baros' age at Euro 2004. Anyways, he's got a decent nose for goal. Only catch, though? He's recently returning after a lengthy injury spell that sidelined him for a few months. And finally, we have Petr Cech. Chelsea's number 1 keeper is on top form once again, and fresh off backstopping his team to a Champions League title. He's a beast between the posts when he is inspired, which, as of now, has made him... After the Champions League final, he's been pretty good, spelling trouble for offensively challenged teams like Greece, and other teams that they may or may not play. Other than the players that I've named, the Czechs do lack a bit of attacking flair, to be honest. The talent on the team is mostly unproven or not up to the quality that a tournament of Euro 2012's caliber requires. So the Czech Republic may find themselves a little bit over-dependent on players like Rosicky and Plasil to create chances. From what I've heard, there just isn't a lot of creativity throughout this year's side. In addition, their defense is competent enough, but not great. They may have conceded only 8 goals in 10 qualifying games, which included a couple of games against Spain, no less. But it's yet to be seen if this group aside from Petr Cech can step up on the big stage and deliver on the big stage. Of course, I'll probably mention the word unproven throughout these previews, simply because to win a major tournament, you need established players, or players ready to establish themselves as key figures. Despite these concerns, though, I've got the Czechs finishing in 2nd place in Group 8. That's right, number 2. I'm getting this feeling that the Czechs might put together a decent tournament and get the necessary goals and lead to progress, because you can't ever count out a team with superb goaltending, and due to the close proximity to Poland, the Czechs should also amass a sizable amount of support to back them up. A good performance here could be a stepping stone to better things, while a bad performance could have the opposite effect. And that's a wrap for the Czech Republic. Comment, like, and subscribe to AMTV, and be sure to keep an eye out for my next video, where I'll tell you where I see one of the favorites, Holland, going in Euro 2012. Till next time, I'm Aleks Mickelland, and you're watching Euro 2012 Predictions on AMTV.